All right, Adam, we're ready to get this one started. Let's kick off this podcast. We're going to you first.
Me first? Not even a background check? I feel sorry for you, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, you better call him. Welcome back to the Almost Sideshow, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam. That is Terry. And we're back here breaking down another fun-filled episode of Better Call Saul. This one is titled Breathe. Season 4, Episode 2, Breathe. Debuted August 13th, 2018. Terry, how we doing? Thanks for hiring me with no background check. Appreciate you.
I mean, if we start doing background checks on podcasts, would anybody have a podcast? Yeah, this is
a lot of crime-filled
fun.
ones for sure.
Lot of them, yeah. This was an interesting episode. Once we break it down, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a name I don't have to worry about remembering anymore. But that's kind of good.
Yeah, we saw part of this, some of this stuff coming a little bit. Like we had kind of guessed a little bit of it, but at the same time, the ending was kind of awesome. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Too shocking.
All too shocking. So then that's how it's done. Oh no! Oh. What a way to go out.
I know. All right. Well, anyway. We're already talking about it, so let's just jump into this.
Not actually talking about it. Talking about this. We just talking about this, or we just talking about it?
Well, we're talking about it now. We are talking about it now. Thank you, Alan Arkin. Let's do it. Better Call Saul, Season 4, Episode 2. And yes, it is entitled Breathe. Last episode was about processing the events that ended Season 3. This episode is about how everyone moves on. Let's start with Jimmy, who still seems fresh and eager. He is off on job interviews to find a new gig. He is mainly looking for a job in sales and even talks his way into one. But Jimmy quickly realizes he doesn't think he wants a job if he would be the perfect candidate for it.
Great.
In taking these job interviews, he avoids a meeting with Howard. Howard, he is executor of Chuck's will. Kim attends the meeting on Jimmy's behalf, and it is revealed that Rebecca, the ex-wife, gets the house, or what's left of it. They offer to let Jimmy go through the house and take what he wants before they sell off the rest. Kim also gets Jimmy's cut of the inheritance, a whopping $5,000. He is offered a position on the board of an endowment being set up in honor of Chuck giving college scholarships. Kim comes unglued. Jimmy gets Chuck's scraps out of the house, a minimum payout so he wasn't written out of the will entirely, and a chance to give scholarships on Chuck's behalf that Jimmy would have never gotten. She throws it all back at Howard and tells him to leave Jimmy alone and let him leave Chuck in the past. Meanwhile, Mike sits down and has a meeting with Lydia, who politely tells him to stop stealing personnel badges and breaking into her warehouses. Mike says no. So Lydia calls Gus, who tells her if she doesn't want him stealing badges anymore,
get him
his own badge.
It's a great line delivery.
It was great. Oh, now Gus. Gus is dealing with the fallout of Hector's stroke. Gus is upset that his plan for Hector is not going his way. The cousins arrive to watch over their unresponsive Tio. Arturo the henchman and Nacho show up to pay their respects before going to get their shipment from the chicken farm. As they leave, Gus ties up Arturo, the henchman, and puts a plastic bag over his head, while Arturo, the henchman, slowly suffocates. Gus tells Nacho he knows what he did, and that Nacho's life now belongs to Gus. Nacho agrees as he watches Arturo, the henchman, stop breathing. He's the henchman.
Wait, so Arturo is the henchman?
His name is Robert Paulson.
Oh, okay. The third. Question: how many confirmed kills is that for Gus right now?
Ooh,
going back to Breaking Bad.
Well, I mean, are we going back? If we go back to Breaking Bad, there's a bunch, but
Well, I'm just saying, like, how many confirmed kills was that? And
by the hands, literally, of Gus.
yeah, because I was like, we had
Well,
that total. Do you have?
we didn't have Gus's total. We had the Walter White body count.
Good point. We didn't have Gus's total, did we? No.
So let's see here. Who do we know Gus has killed? Well, he killed Arturo. He arranges for Juan Bolsa's death in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, so that counts.
Don Eladio's entire party on behalf of the tequila.
Oh, it's a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor, a lot of people.
Victor the Deadeyes.
Yeah, I don't think anybody quite. I think Arturo's death is a really brutal death. It's a sucky one. That's definitely one of the more brutal deaths of the show. I think of any the two shows.
Do you think Victor and Tyrus knew that was going to happen? That knew that was the plan?
I think so. They were in on that.
But like, don't let this exchange go sideways because Boss wants to jump this guy and impose his dominance over Nacho.
I think so. That's why they just gave into it right away. Because they knew that he was there and it wasn't going to go far.
Yeah.
And they were they were behind him anyway. They came up right behind Gus, which is that was a shocking way to end the episode. I was not expecting that at all.
You can tell Gus is kind of pissed at Nacho. Because I mean, there's that whole sequence with the doctor in the car with Gus is like, I decide how Hector's life unfolds. Like he is calculating this, and Nacho screwed it up.
Yeah, at least we know how he learns the bell, because I think that doctor's going to teach him the bell.
Probably.
That's something.
Well, he's completely unresponsive right now. The doctor's the only reason he gets to the point where the bell exists.
That's true. But at this, I was like, oh, it's Dr. Barry Goodman. I like it. And then he's like examining him, like trying to tickle his feet at the same time to see if he's responsive. It's like that was pretty good to see. Like he comes back. It's like, so this guy is not just like a one-off or two-off thing. It's pretty cool to see him kind of pop up a lot more now.
Yeah, he's a fun one to see pop up. Is he the only actor? No, he's not the only actor. He's one of the few that's been in multiple sideshows, because he played a role in Barry, didn't he? JB Blanc.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure.
Batir. He was Batir in Barry.
Yeah.
He was like the boss of the boss.
Hi, Batir.
The boss of the boss of the Chechens.
He was one of the guys who like survived that Chechen war zone.
Right. Yeah. I miss Barry. Anyways,
it's me. It's no Hank.
Is me. Is Hank. I'm wearing a wig. All right. What is your best scene? I mean, we talked about the ending a little bit. The ending is pretty shocking. What's fascinating about the end too is one of the scenes I didn't mention in the synopsis was a scene with Nacho and his father, where he's like, I've got a way out, and now just when he thinks he's out, they pull him back in. He can't get out. Right as he was about to be rid of Hector, now he's stuck with Gus.
You think the father's going to be more understanding of Gus because it's not a Salamanca?
No.
It's still like the underground. Yeah.
He's still in it.
Yeah. True.
I don't know. He might be able to sell him on the fact that he's not, because he works for the chicken farmer. But I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? Well, it's only time will tell. What I think he's going to be like a double agent. We'll talk about that later, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, because he's still he has an in with Jimmy and Mike, but also now works for Gus as an enemy of Mike, but he's a friend of Mike. Like there's some circular twistings going on between Nacho and Mike and Gus and Jimmy, and
we'll definitely need a diagram of this.
Diagram. Well done. Well done.
It's a new word I learned.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. What's the best scene?
I like there's two scenes I really like, but I think inevitably I have to go with Kim confronting Howard. That was definitely the more shocking of the scenes, because at the reaction that Kim gives Jimmy when he says what he says to Howard last episode, kind of like, well, that was kind of sudden, but at the same time, so she sides with Jimmy at the end. Not like what Howard. I thought she was kind of more like side with Howard, but when she shows up at HHM, I was like, oh great, so Terry's right. She's gonna go work with HHM. That's what that's my first thought, and then it wasn't that. So I thought that was good. So when they closed the door behind and they had this private conversation, I was like, holy cow!
Yeah, I didn't know where that conversation was gonna go.
I didn't know either, but that was everything and more. Obviously, I don't think this is the last we'll see of Howard. I think Howard's too big of a presence just to go out with that little thing, obviously.
But he's such a cool character. I really have gotten to love Howard's character because there's so much.
The biggest douchebag, but now there's so many layers.
There's so many layers, and what's the false front and what's the actual Howard, and how often do they actually mix and meet? And
my only pet peeve with that guy now is the way he wears blue jeans. Is that blue jeans? That one episode was like, that's weird. You're supposed to be in a suit. Like, I can only picture you in a suit. So yes, I don't know.
And his covert abilities are not very great.
That's true. He is kind of a high war though, because I can't really picture anybody really playing it just like that.
He plays a approachable sleazeball well.
Yeah, that is a good point. It's a good way to put it. So that's a great scene, though.
Just an amazing scene, and everything Kim just kind of lays out.
Yeah,
and it's like, let's just drop the pretenses. It's only us in the room now. Here's what I really think of you, and here's what I really think of Chuck, and I can lay it all out there now. Like, he's giving him the absolute minimum without, getting stuck with litigation for cutting him out of the will.
Let me guess, 4,
awesome,
5.
She knew exactly where it was going. She knew exactly how this was all going to go, and she knew, and maybe even Jimmy knew that, and that's why he didn't want to go to that meeting. That this whole thing, the will, was going to be another screw you from Chuck from beyond the grave to Jimmy. It's like, I am going to give you no money, and I'm going to make you hand out scholarships that you wouldn't have deserved. And you have to be the one that goes through all my crap that I refuse to use because of my condition.
Do you think the letter truly is in a negative form towards Jimmy?
No, it's in a perfectly legal form with zero emotion attached to it.
You kind of almost said like Chuck. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good... that's not... Yeah. I would like to think that maybe on his deathbed, he would have wrote something like heartfelt and like as an apology, but...
And then watched it burn.
Yeah, he probably would have. Yeah, because
yeah.
How would he have got that note out? That letter was definitely pre-wrote before, or
it's part of the will that was written long before.
True, before the will. Oh, it'd be even more interesting if it was like Howard wrote it just to like, but as his brother, as Chuck. But then that one, I don't know. That could have been a little interesting thread, but I think it would be interesting to see what that letter does say. I think we'll eventually get to it, but it's just not at this moment.
Yeah. All right. So I had that one down. The other one I had down was Nacho and his dad. I think that's a really cool scene where he shows up. He tells him that he's out. You don't have to be a part of this anymore. And he gives back the money Hector gave him. Like that. Once he started pulling out money, and I realized, like, he's giving it back, and not only giving it back, but giving it back in the exact piles Hector had put it on the counter, in the exact spot Hector had placed it. It's like, we're going to undo what was done and you're going to take this back. And Nacho even says, like, I'm on my way out. And now he's not. Just,
Ouch.
But yeah,
Good
I
one.
thought that was cool.
That's a really good scene. Yeah, I like that one too. I didn't quite have that one down. I had a different one, but yeah, it's a good. Anything with Nacho and his dad has been really kind of subtle, and I like kind of just like the seeing their relationship unfold a little bit more. I think we're gonna get more of that as it goes along now because there's another added layer of Gus. So I think that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that develops for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Betsy Kettleman douchebag award.
Can I mention one more scene real quick?
Oh yeah, one more scene. That's right. You had one more. Sorry.
The copy job interview. Like that interview sequence.
Gosh.
It's such a great interview. He's like, so you were a lawyer. What happened with that? Yeah, he nailed that interview. He's like, I don't take no for an answer. And he left. And he's like, oh, you can't take a no for an answer. So he goes back there and gets his job. And he's like, so you were a lawyer. What made you say? He was like, well, ins and outs, rigmarole. And I sold myself. I was a salesman.
And he's absolutely right. That's how he did it.
Yeah.
Like it was the perfect interview. And I think when I came up with that line for the synopsis, I'm like, that's exactly what happened. He doesn't want a job that he is qualified for.
What job is he not qualified for? That's gonna be an interesting thing.
He wants to be aspirational, I guess. I don't know, but it's just that idea of, wait, I was able to be good enough for this job as is. Like, no, I don't want it then.
I feel
and
sorry.
He sabotages himself. Like he goes in to get the job. He gets the job and he goes, wait, that wasn't supposed to work.
That's a good call.
This was supposed to lose it for me. And I just got it. Like it was the perfect job. Can you imagine like him selling copy machines? That's perfect.
It is the perfect job because he knew the ins and outs. They're the heartbeat of the office place.
Yeah. Like that whole thing was just beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
That was a really good scene. All right. The Betsy Kettleman douchebag award. I get this one first because it's Chuck from Beyond the Grave. One last douchebag thrown Chuck's way.
Yeah,
he is the douchebag of this episode.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. But to be a little different, I don't know. Gus kind of is a douchebag because he rather have a
Gus
different.
Killed a guy.
Gus killed a guy.
That escalated quickly.
I've been meaning to tell you guys. You may want to lay low for a while because you're pretty much wanted for murder. But no, I think he's kind of a douchebag in a way because he's the one that has to dictate Hector's future, what happens with him, and so that he's like has to take matters in his own hands and go after Nacho and Arturo, the henchman.
The henchman. Arturo, the henchman. That's just his name. That's his last name.
Arturo henchman.
Middle name the last name henchman. Arturo the henchman.
Yeah, that's probably one of our better lines of the show. Actually. So yeah, I'll put to be different. I have Gus.
Okay.
I think it fits.
It's a decent one. I don't know.
Not
Gus has some great moments. I would be more willing to say douchebag if he didn't tell Lydia just give him his own badge then. Like that was just I don't have time for this, Lydia. Just give him a badge. I trust him. He's doing the right thing.
Yeah,
give him a badge.
Gotta go. Lydia's kind of a douchebag then.
Yeah, Lydia's always a douchebag.
The sign of my trade. Anyway.
The Don Ladio Stickman Award goes to
Kim. It's Kim or Jimmy, because they do get it in. It's confirmed hit. But he came in and she's like, I stood up for you. You don't even know what I did for you, but it's on. White heat gets you hot. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say my stickman's Jimmy Cagney.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
To star in a movie like White Heat, where your movie title would also be your porno title. I mean, that's a good sign. Jimmy Cagney, man. He was the man back then.
He was the better than Dennis Quaid. Jaws 3D.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
See, I haven't seen Jaws 3D, so.
Yeah. Louis Gossett Jr. is in that movie though. I have. Yeah, I've seen the Jaws movies. That yeah.
I remember you
SeaWorld.
rolled through those at one point. Yeah.
Not
Best
fun.
new face. Hey, that's Danny Trejo.
I think there's really one answer here. That is
Dr. Bruckner.
Yeah.
Played by Puma Jagannathan.
Yeah.
Jagannathan.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But I think she's the biggest one. New face. I think that's going to be an interesting development there. She is in that Riz Ahmed show, which I said we should probably watch at one point, the night of.
Mm-hmm.
Which looks really good.
Apparently, she was in Wolves with
George
Clooney and Brad Pitt one. I'm trying to remember her in that. Oh, I think I know who she is. Yeah, she's the did you ever see Wolves?
Yes.
She's the one they go to lay low and recover.
Oh, yeah, good call.
That knows both of them.
Yeah, that's
independently from each other. Yep.
Yeah, she was in that good rich movie with Michael Keaton from last year too.
Yeah.
Big Little Lies was a big show. She was in there in 2019.
She was in 40 episodes of Never Have I Ever.
Ooh,
I don't know if I've heard of that one. 4 episodes of just Defending Jacob, 3 episodes of Big Little Lies, 2 episodes of Rami.
House of Cards, only 1 episode there, but
yeah, she's made her rounds.
Fortunately, I just accidentally saw how many episodes of Better Call Saul she was in. So
right, that happens.
That does happen. We're just going to the IMDb.
She played a nurse in the 2007 movie Awake with Hayden Christensen.
Oh, that's that movie. Okay, interesting. She was in that the movie The Circle with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson.
She was in The Weatherman and played New York Pedestrian. That doesn't feel like a very ethnic name for her.
Mile 22. I've seen that movie, but I did not like it, so I don't remember that movie that much.
She's in an episode of NCIS LA. I used to watch that show. That was a good one.
There we go.
Chris O'Donnell, LL Cool J. Heck yeah. Okay. Yeah, she was a cool sight, and she walked in. She's one of those characters that when she walks in, you're like, okay, this character is supposed to be important, I think.
Mm-hmm. And it shows.
Yeah. All right. Lance, the printer guy, minor character of the episode.
Okay, I think it has to be one of those the guys that work at the copy place.
Oh, yeah.
We can't pick Barry Goodman all the time.
So Henry.
Yeah, it's the first guy interviewing. He's like, yeah, obviously he really likes you. What's
the first guy is Henry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. It's Henry. Michael Naughton. Yeah.
Henry. And Mr. F is the other one.
Yeah. Michael.
Andrew
Apparently.
Friedman.
Interesting. That Michael Naughton guy was the gym teacher in Superbad.
Wow.
He was in Elizabethtown, Little Fockers.
And you said there was only one option. He was in 7 episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Well, Blackish. It's interesting. Yeah, okay. I guess there's more. Well, obviously those were.
And Andrew Friedman, the other one, was in 11 episodes of Always Sunny, and was in Live Free or Die Hard.
He was in. Michael Naughton was in 1 episode of The Office.
Oh wow,
interesting. An episode of Friends. He was the student.
The student. The student. Again, getting very creative with these names here. I see. He was an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, an episode of NCIS.
Oh, Glow, that female wrestling show. Yeah, that.
Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg, huh?
Live Free or Die Hard. Bewitched. He was a shopper in Bed Bath & Beyond.
Ooh, and Bewitched. Walk of Shame with Elizabeth Banks.
Okay.
Oh, here's a great name. Identity Theft. He's the tequila guy.
Tequila Guy.
Dun,
That's
dun,
another
dun,
good
dun,
name.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, those are good minor characters.
Yeah, those are good. I think that scene's just great too. So I like that.
So mine, I knew it right away as soon as I thought minor character. It's Dr. Dyseth, played by John Jarrett.
Yeah.
When Dr. Bruckner walks in, it's like, we could work together. No, that's okay. You can have it, as he's darting his eyes at the cousins, like, no, I'm good. It's all yours. I don't need to be in this room anymore.
Yeah, I don't need
Bye.
it too much. Yeah, see ya.
I love that. That was hilarious.
He was an uncredited character in Hunger Games Catching Fire as the timpani drummer. That was his name, timpani drummer.
Yeah, he hasn't really been in much.
He was a walker in Walking Dead. Well, he was in 13 episodes of The Walking Dead as a walker. So he played a zombie for 13 episodes.
Your best job is one where no one knows who you are.
Yeah, and you're uncredited, but somehow got a credit on IMDb.
Yeah. All right. Well, you said you're minor character. All right. Best Saul one-liner.
I have a couple here. A little more than last week. The copier is the heartbeat of the office. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
God created snakes before lawyers just to test it out, or just to experiment, or needed to practice. Sorry, needed to practice.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So that's the one
That's
lawyer
okay.
joke I know, because everything else is true.
The one I had down, which was from the same scene. Like, if you're gonna get a one-liner, it was gonna come from a scene in the copy shop. Stubbornness and persuasiveness are two of my top qualities. I thought that sums up Jimmy right there.
Yeah. I said, do you want White Heat with no commercials, or Jaws 3 with commercials? A real Sophie's choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you see Sophie's choice, whenever anyone uses that term, you're like, oh,
yeah,
too soon.
Yeah, I would want to kill Jaws 3D too. Yeah. It's a good use of Sophie's choice.
There you go.
Actually, if it was Jaws 4, then for sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Jaws
he's got some good stuff in there. And then it's like, really? You're gonna hire me? You don't know me.
He's like, yeah, no background check. I could be a murderer or whatever.
And that's when he lost the job.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. All right, best Breaking Bad reference. I think we talked about the two I've said already, and it's the cousins and Dr. Goodman.
Yeah, that's a good one. Throwback to his license plate of Lawyered Up. The opening credits.
For the opening credit. Yep, I wrote that one down.
Yeah, I like that.
I like I said though, like the opening credits are usually stuff from Breaking Bad. It's not stuff from this show.
Yeah, I like it. I'm trying to think here. Let's see here. Jimmy Kim, White Heat mentions playing classic. This is the same movie as Jimmy references to. Apparently, White Heat was mentioned in Breaking Bad as well in the movie Phoenix, when suggesting that he tells Skylar White about his illicit money. Interesting.
I've never seen White Heat. Have you?
No.
I don't think I've seen any of the Cagney gangster films. I've seen some Cagney, but I haven't seen any of the gangster stuff he became known for.
Yeah, probably should watch it.
Yeah, probably. All right. Midlife crisis moment.
You hungry? I could eat. Can always eat.
Mm-hmm. And that's the conversation that ends up at drink your orange juice. I'll help you get better faster. It's like, I don't know if that's how that works.
Yeah.
Well, you can have my leftover bacon. That definitely will make you feel better. Now that I believe in.
Yeah, that's good.
Healing power of bacon.
Yep, power of bacon. Yeah, I never turned on the bacon.
So my midlife crisis moment goes back to a moment we've talked about a lot. And it's looking at someone, and even if it means it's going to turn out badly for you, you're horrible at your job. Like, what? I'm recognizing this, and I know it's going to be bad on me, but you're terrible. Like, just having that moment of reflection, like I'm not even like being mean here. You deserve the honest truth in this moment. You suck.
Good call.
I've had moments like that. I don't know if I've ever actually said it, but I've thought it.
Thought it, yeah. You definitely thought it.
Mm-hmm. I think too much before I speak. Otherwise, I probably would have said it at some point.
I've done that. I've called somebody out. I was like, wow, somebody's grumpy. Or somebody's like, wow, we have an attitude.
Somebody has a case of the Mondays.
Yeah. I was like, oh, why be a jackass? I was like, oh, I was not supposed to say that. And I was like, see you later. Just walk away.
Well, see you later.
I've done that at work before.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah. I don't work with kids, so I could say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I could walk in like, oh, somebody's being a jackass. I don't think that would. I don't think I go over well with children.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the principal and like a rep of some kind.
Yeah, no. LVP of the episode.
Kind of Chuck one last time. Yeah, it's kind of Chuck. Arturo the henchman.
I have Arturo the henchman down. He is an LVP because he kind of brings that on himself because he's kind of being a douche in like, we're gonna ask for 6. It's like, why? Like, because that's what the boss would want us to do. Like, but it's dumb. Like, even Nacho, who acts way too impulsively, is like, that's stupid. What are you doing?
You get my back, right, bro? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And then it makes him expendable. And well, I think just Nacho being better than him made him expendable. But yeah, LVP is Arturo. MVP, okay. I have Gus.
Good call. Gus is good.
I mean, Gus flips that whole episode on its head. And then just for the line, just give him his own badge then. And then hangs up the phone. Like that I'm laughed out loud at that moment. Like that was like, dude.
His lighting, they lit him so good in this episode too. Like when Barry Goodman looks out the window and he's just standing there by the car, so good.
Like it's Better Call Saul, and Gus is already fed up with Lydia.
Yeah,
like
so
it's not a good sign. All right, where are we going next? What's going to happen now that we kind of know some of the aftermath here? Like I said in the synopsis, episode 1 was like the processing of what happened. Now this is where's everyone starting to move and where are the chess pieces going now that the end of season 3 has taken place.
My first guess is that Nacho is the easy one to have in Gus's back pocket to keep an eye on Hector at the hospital. So I think that's the best way. You need to relay me the information so I don't have to have Tyrus go out there and do some digging like that. Mike apparently may be stealing a statue that's worth $8,000, which is kind of an under.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the Hummel dolls.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I had a client like that who I knew somebody who liked.
I got a job for you, and I think you're gonna like it though. Like that, Jimmy approaching it like that. I'm like, why is he gonna like this one? Like
he likes old figurines or something. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Do you think is he gonna go steal old ladies, or is he gonna go steal the one out of the copy machine place?
The copy machine place.
Okay.
I think it's the copy.
Steal the ones that are in the will he had to write.
Yeah, the copy machine place, and maybe no, he wouldn't give it. No, the old ladies are done with. Yeah, I just don't understand what's going to happen with that. It's nice to see Gus or Mike and Jimmy kind of work together, which is nice. But I don't understand that situation.
You get the idea though that he's only calling on Gus when he needs something, or he's only calling on Mike when he needs something, which is what ends up happening in Breaking Bad. It's like, I got a guy, let me call him up.
Yeah.
If I'm in a pinch, Mike's my guy.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to see Mike do more of those little like random security checks, and see
that would be fun.
See who passes. Like if it starts out next week's episode, like it starts off with a security check like that next week. Good. I would be all for it. We need to at least see one more. He's like, well, 1 down, 6 to go.
Well, and the thing is, by Breaking Bad, that place is like immaculate and spotless and a well-oiled machine. You got to think because it's Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mike forces that to happen because of his own freaking stubbornness.
Part of my head, one of my thoughts, because I was like, the granddaughter is annoying me again, because I'm like, she's clearly like the swing set. 5 more minutes, Grandpa. And I'm like, is there a world where this granddaughter dies and they have another kid, and that's the granddaughter Breaking Bad? My head went there a little bit. I'm like, that's kind of like a morbid thought. It sounds like more like Todd would think that, but I was like, is there a world? is that what could happen? And then the timeline's fixed. But no, it's the same name. I think it's supposed to be the same grandkid.
I think you're right.
But I was like,
it doesn't make any sense, but it is.
It is what it is at this point.
All right. Yeah, what's going to happen with Jimmy? That's one of the ones I'm like, he's kind of all over the place right now. Like he kind of has felt like he's moved on from Chuck. He's trying to get a job. He's not trying that hard to get a job, obviously. Mm-hmm. Does he get one? Does he end up doing something different before he starts Better Call Saul? I don't know.
I don't know. It would also be interesting to see if Nacho has anything to do with like. No, I don't think that would happen. If like Nacho had anything to do with like recruiting like guys like Beneke or somebody, like he was the one recruited to like, hey, keep an eye out for this. You can like give your ear to the ground as like another person like looking for a person to make it.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. I have a feeling Beneke's that I'm pretty confident Beneke's showing up in this season. That's like the biggest. Not Beneke. Fuck that. Gale Bedeker. I'm not Beneke. Not Beneke. Put it on. I dropped the F-bomb by mistake. I caught it. Yeah. Jeez. Who are we talking about again? Gale. We're talking about Gale.
Ted. We're talking about Ted.
No, we're not. No one wants to talk about Ted. Monster. Yeah. Bedeker. That's what I meant.
Talking to Ted.
That's what I meant. Gale. It'd be interesting to see how that gets. I'm pretty confident that's the big thing that happens this season. Is like, or that's the big callback this season at some point. Well, because I think that by him recruiting Nacho, they're going to start. He's going to be like the little mole there, and that's when he's going to start building his empire a little bit more. I think that's kind of the wheels that are in place at this point, because we already saw that has that laundry warehouse. So I think it's going to start slowly getting there.
Well, whenever it happens, it'll be an act of God.
Act of God, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's an act of God.
It'll be good.
Yeah. I'm always curious when we're gonna see the Breaking Bad characters pop up again. My question is when does Hank and Gomi pop up? Like when do the DEA start sniffing around enough that Hank and Gomi show up? That will be interesting.
If that happens, you would have to have my theory. If that does happen, I think you would have to have it after the laundry is already set up, but obviously it wouldn't never be directed there. But that would be a perfect time in season 5 to kind of introduce a DEA subplot. And I think season 6 is going to be focused on more of like the wrapping up of what this past events, and then like kind of more of like what's the happened after Breaking Bad. I think that's kind of how I kind of see it. If that's
the
how
arc
they do.
you see.
That's the arc I see. But I think that I think they should show up at some point. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, say for instance, there's like some, either like Nacho gets fed up or something like that, and they goes into the DEA, or that could be something too if he's still around in Breaking Bad. Like he just decides to go to the DEA, and it's like, and that's how. No, because they were never on that radar. Gus was never on the radar for this stuff at all until Walt kind of screwed it up. So there's a world where they don't actually show up.
They'll show up in some fashion, but they're not going to show up for Gus. Maybe they show up for Nacho.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they show up for Hector.
Or because they're watching
they show up for Tuco. We know eventually they bust Emilio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Emilio could be popping up at some point.
Yeah.
Again, yeah. So it'd be interesting. I think there's a good.
Well, we truly are into season 4 now. Like, I mean, we're 2 episodes in, which means we're a fifth of the way through the season. Like, we've got both feet planted in the season. We're excited to see where it's going to go. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I think this is it's very interesting. I really like this one. Compared to, I think both episodes so far have been really solid. This one definitely is. It's compared to like last season. This is already kind of like ramping up a little faster. It seems like, because there's like, okay, now something's definitely going down. We had the henchman die, so that's confirmed.
Arturo.
Oh,
I know his name now.
Yeah, we're never going to forget it now. The henchman.
Arturo, the henchman. I know his name now better than I know Deadeye's. Victor. His name is Victor.
I only know him as Deadeye's. I know Tyrus, but that's about it.
Yeah. Tyrus was one, like, when you first heard him, like, well, that's a different name. I'll remember that one.
Yeah.
The other ones are just like, yeah.
Generic henchman.
Generic. Yeah. You have no shot. He doesn't even have a picture on IMDb. I think that's part of my problem with Arturo. Vincent Fuentes does not have a profile pic on IMDb. He's been in some stuff too. Like, come on. Anyways, all right. Let's wrap this thing up.
All right. Well, we will be back next week, but before we go, we have to say one last thing.
Better Call Saul.
Sit and spin your buttholes.
But subscribe, subscribe.